Yeah, you are good to go. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining today's session. Greetings from Mercy Technologies. So we have yesterday seen why do we need to learn Java and some history about Java. So I just want to save this. This is a I am using Notepad as a software which is pre-installed in Windows. Okay, so here I want to save this file just for the future response because I want to use the same file for everyday's class. So here, what I want to do is this is the way that I save. I need to go to File, Save As. Okay, how do I save it as? On desktop, or maybe even before going here, I want to go to my desktop. Okay, I want to show you how clean the desktop is. Okay, I just have a folder called Mercy. So I just want to create a new folder just for my reference. I will say Mercy. Maybe I'll say 2025. Okay, I have created a new folder. Now this folder is completely empty. Okay, there's nothing inside this Mercy folder. So I want to create my notes file in this folder. So how do I do it? How did I create this new folder? Let me delete it. I just want to show you the steps once more. I deleted it. I say right click, new folder. Here I will say Mercy 2025. 2025. Okay. So I created this file on my desktop. I created this, by the way, this folder in the desktop. And you can see the complete folder is completely empty. There's nothing inside this folder. So I want to save my class notes in that. I'll say File, Save As. And then in Mercy 2025, here I want to say class notes. Class notes mercy.txt. Okay. So I just saved this. Now when I saved, when I say there is a save, I just click on enter, or I will just click, I just clicked on the save button. In both the cases, what will be happening is, I will go to my desktop. So this is my desktop. So here, when I click, I have a new file that I created just now. Okay. Class notes mercy. This is for my reference. I'd be using this folder until we go to the IDE, which is Integrated Development Environment. If you don't know what it is, that's absolutely fine because I'll be teaching about that to you in the later part of classes. But for now, all our classes or all our work will be going into this folder. So currently there is only one file, which is the class notes. When I open this class notes, I'll just say right click, open with, I want to open with Notepad. Okay, so I'll just say Notepad. Okay, so I have opened it with Notepad. So this is our class number 2. Let me write it as class number 2. I'll say class number 2. Okay. So what are we going to do as part of this class? What are we going to learn? Let's try to write down some agenda so that we are clear on did we achieve the actual goal or not. Okay, did we actually actually achieve our goal or not? Let me write agenda for today. So what is the agenda for today? The agenda is very simple. I want to print something. Print. Maybe I'll give some text. I'll just say my first Java program. I want to print this text, my first Java program, on the console. Okay. But how am I going to do that? Using Java. So I just want to print my first Java program using a Java program. I do not want to just write my first Java program because I have already written using Notepad. But I want to use a Java program to print this. Okay. I want to use a Java program to print this. The agenda is very clear. So if I'm able to achieve this one, then I'm done for today, whatever the goal that I have set. Okay. So there are a few steps that are involved in achieving this goal. To fulfill the agenda that we have set for today, there are, I can say, 4 steps. There are, I can say, 4 steps. If we go step by step, then we can achieve whatever we kept as the goal for today. Let me write down steps for you. Let me write down the steps for you. What is the step? I told you I need to use a Java program. Okay. So the first step is to write Java program. Okay. So first step is to write the Java program. Now the second step is save Java program. Yes, this is our second step. Now we have third step, and the third step is compile Java program. And the fourth step is run Java program. So to print my first Java program, I have 4 steps. Write the Java program, save the Java program, compile the Java program, and then run the Java. If we are able to do these 4 steps, then we are done with our goal that we have set for today. We are very clear till here. So let's do every step slowly, understand the commands that are involved. If you are robust, if you are very clear on these 4 steps, then every day that you write a Java program, these steps would be involved. So this should be something that you have to memorize. This should be something that should come just like that for you. Okay. So let's do all these steps one by one. There are small baby steps, or like I can say the sub steps that are involved, which I will be discussing one by one slowly. Okay, so let's go to the first step. Okay, I want to go to the first step. Now, how do I write the Java program? How do I write the Java program? What is the way that I write the Java program? By the way, this is Notepad. This is Notepad. This is a pre-installed software with Windows operating system. The one that we are currently running is Windows operating system. Now, I have another software which I call it as Notepad++. What is the difference? There are just a few additions to Notepad, okay, which I'll be discussing later. But I have a software called Notepad++. What I will do is, maybe I'll be sharing you the steps of how do we install this Notepad++ on your laptop or on your computer, whichever that you are using. But for you to check if it is already present or not, what you need to do is click on Start. Okay. You will be getting some screen like this. I can say Start. Okay. You'll be getting some screen like this. And here we have this search icon, right? In this search, I have to say Notepad++. So here you can see we have a Notepad and we have Notepad++. We have Notepad++. So right, let me write. Okay. For Notepad++. So to write the Java program, I will be using a software called Notepad++, and I need to click on the Start button. And here I have to search if there is Notepad++ already available. So when I say Notepad, I just click on this Notepad++. Okay. So when I do, the software will open in this particular format, But if you do not have Notepad++, I can say Notepad++ is not there, then this symbol or this kind of software will not be available in the start menu. Okay. I will be sharing you the steps with which you can download this software and install this software so that you can see this icon. But for now, my assumption is you have this in your system. Okay, I'm increasing the font so that it is visible for you. I think this is the max that we can increase it to. Now, what happens is I have opened Notepad++, which is all good. I want to write. So let me go to my, let me go to my class notes. Okay. So here I go. I have Notepad++. Now, what am I trying to write? I'm trying to write a Java program, right? I'm trying to write a Java program. So when I write, you will understand that there is some syntax that is involved in writing Java program. For us as programmers to understand, Notepad++ will give some color coding, or it will give some visual experience so that you would understand the program properly. But for that, since you are writing a Java program, what I will do is I will open my Notepad++. Here there is language, and when I go to J, I have Java. Again, let me put language J Java. So when I clicked over here, now this file, whatever I'm writing, it will consider that I'm writing some Java program. Okay, let me write it down over here. Let me write it down over here. So I'll just say, said, I'll just say language, language, and then I will select J, and then I'll select Java. Right. So I want to write my Java program. I want to write my Java program. For that, I'm using Notepad++. For that, I'm selecting the language as Java. So let me write my first Java program. Let me write my first Java program. Be very, very careful, guys. Be, be very attentive, because I'll be taking very, very small steps in writing or completing this Java program. We are still in the first step, by the way. So let me write. I will just say class. You can see the moment I write class, it became something called some bluish color. So that is the good thing that Notepad++ gives us, because we are saying that this is a Java file. So let me highlight this class. That is what Notepad++ is thinking. So what I did is I have written class. Okay. I want to name my class. Naming a class is something that is very important. Even after having so many years of experience, people tend to not name their classes properly. Generally, whatever we are trying to write or do in this class, the name of the class should describe what we are doing in this class. So here, what am I trying to do? My agenda is to print first Java program, right? So I will name my class as my first program. Okay, so I will name my class as my first program. Okay, so this is the class and this is the class name. Okay, by the way, whatever I'm writing in this, I will be giving you a brief once I'm done with all the 4 steps. We'll be taking all these things slowly, but first my intention is to complete these 4 steps. If you have any doubts, that's fine, absolutely fine, because you're learning Java for the first time. But I'll be clearing all your doubts as I proceed further. Okay, now I created a class and I have given my intention that this is my first program. So I'll just say enter. I'm opening a curly brace and I'm closing a curly brace. So this is opening a curly brace, closing a curly brace. We are saying I've written a class. The class name is my first program, and whatever is present in between the opening curly brace and closing curly brace is the content of the class. Is the content of the class. We are all good till now. So now I want to print my first Java program, right? So for that I would need to write my Java program. So let's say the following is the syntax. I need to write a main method. So I'll say public static void main. Okay. And when I open and close the parenthesis, here I say string array of arguments. Okay. So here I'm opening and then again I'm closing my curly brace. Okay. Public static void main string array of arguments. So if you do not understand what this is, we have a dedicated class only for understanding what is public, what is static, what is void, what is main, what is the string array of arguments, and what is this args. By the way, this is also a very important Java question, right? People will start to ask, explain this statement for me. But by the way, we'll be learning about all these things in detail. But for now, let's concentrate on our agenda for today. Okay. So here I have written a main method on line number 3. Now I want to print what is my goal? I want to print my first Java program. So I selected this text, right click, copy. Okay, I copied this text. Okay, so let me minimize this. I'll say system dot out dot print ln, open and close parenthesis, and inside I open and close double quotes, and here I will say right click and paste. Okay, right click and paste. So this is how my first Java program is written. So what happens is I have written a class, and inside this I have written a main method, and inside this I have written a system.out.println statement. Okay, so by the way, we are done with our first step. Write the Java program. As I told you, this is writing the Java program. I've written the Java program and I'm saying print this. Okay, I'm saying print this. Wow, that's so great thing that we are able to complete this first step. Okay, this is very good. But to see the output, as I told you, we have to complete 4 steps. We are very happy that we are able to complete the step number 1. Now let's go to the step number 2. How do I save the Java program? Okay, how do I save the Java program? Students, if you remember, there is this class notes. Okay, where did I save it? I save it in Mercy 2025. I saved it. All right. Similarly, and by the way, this is a text document. Text document. Okay, but we have written a Java program, right? I have to save this. Now, how do I save it? Let me go step by step. I'll be writing the steps as well. So I'll say click on file. I just say save as, and on desktop, if you remember, we have created a folder called Mercy 2025. Okay, inside this, I want to save this file. Okay, I want to save this file. But how do I save? I'll be giving you the syntax as well. But you remember, I have to save it as class name.java. Let me write down the step for you. I'll just say save as file, and then I have to say we have a class name, right? Class name dot Java. Okay, this is how we save the Java program. So let me do the same things over here. I'll just say file, save as. What is my class name? Here, this is my class name, right? Right click, copy. I copied my class name. So I'll just say save as. So inside Mercy 2025, I want to say right click and paste. Okay, my first program, and I want to save it as .java. Okay, so this is how I am saving, and I'm clicking on save button, which is very good. So there is a new file that needs to be saved in my folder. Let me cross check if that happened or not. Oh, you can see this. There is this my first program and Java file got created. That's so great. which means our second step of saving the program is completed, which is a very nice thing because we are able to complete 2 steps out of 4. I'm able to write the Java program. I'm able to save the Java program, which is so great. Now, till now, it is a straightforward thing. We have written it in a particular text file and we are able to save it. Now, this is the compilation part. What is compilation? What exactly happens inside? All these things in depth, I'll be covering in the next or in the upcoming sessions. But you just remember that the third step is compiling a Java program. Internals of compilation, yeah, park it for the next or the upcoming session. Okay, so what is the command? What is the command for compiling? The command is Java C class name dot Java. So I just say, or maybe let me write it down. I'll just say class name Java class name dot Java. Okay. So we have Java C class name dot Java. This is the command to compile. This is the command to compile Java file that we have created. But by the way, how do we execute this? How do we execute this? We need to use something called CMD prompt. Okay, we have to use something called command, or I can say, let me write it down in the full command prompt. But how do you go to this command prompt? How do you go to this command prompt? How do you go to this command prompt? There are various ways, but the easiest or the shortcut is something like this. I will go to the folder, or I will go to the folder on which my Java file is present. So here you can see this address bar, right? What I do is I just click on this particular path. I will type CMD. This is the shortcut for command. Okay, and I click on enter. So now, by the way, you can see a black color console that came up. Okay, black color console that came up. Now, what I told you is, as part of our step, we will need to go to command prompt and say Java C class name dot Java. Oh, if it is so easy, then let's do it. What is that? This Java. Students, Purnima, I think you can go on mute. Okay, so let me continue. So I told you we have Java C class name dot Java, right? What is the class name? What is the class name? Class name is my first program. I'll just say right click, copy. Okay, I copied, and here Java C, here on this, I have copied it, right? How do I paste it? How do I paste it? I'll just say right click again. The moment I click, or the moment I press on the right click, this gets pasted. That is a shortcut. That is a shortcut. So what is my command? Java C class name dot Java, right? So let me say dot Java. So the moment I say Java C class name dot Java, I'll click on enter. And by the way, there is nothing that happened over here. Okay. And we came to the new line. But I will show you some magic that happened internally. I'll show you some magic that happened internally. Give me a second. So what is that magic? Let me go to Mercy 2025 again. Mercy 2025 again. By the way, you can see a new file that got created, and it is of type class. It is of type class. By the way, I just have created my .java file, but here a new .class file that got created. Okay. Why did it get created? That is because I have run this Java C my first program .java. Okay, which is very good. Let me go here and write it. and write it. Okay. And write it. So what is that? Dot. I'll just say class name dot Java no, dot class file gets created newly. Okay. So what because of this command, a class name dot class file gets created newly. Okay. Did it create? Did it create? Yes, it got created. Yes, it got created. By the way, we need to congratulate ourselves because the third step out of 4 are completed. The third step out of 4 are completed. We are closing inch by inch. We are moving slowly towards completing our goal for today, which is to write my first Java program. 3 out of 4 steps are completed. 75% is completed. The last 25%, which is the easiest part out of all 4. Let me do it for you. So I'll just say, what is the command to run the Java program? It is Java, and then it is class name. Just say, that's it. That's it. There are no sub steps or nothing else involved. So we just need to say Java and class name. So where do we need to do it? We need to do it. Where do we need to do it? We need to do it. We need to do it on command prompt. Okay, we need to do it on command prompt, which is very good. I already have my command prompt open. The step that I have given you is I should just say Java and class name. What I will do is I will copy my class name. Right click, copy. I already copied my class name. So here my command is Java, right? Space. I'll just say class name. Okay. So I need not give any extension or anything. I just need to run this. This is running. Let me click on enter. Oh, you can see this. My first Java program. This got printed on console. And how did it print? It has printed because of the code that we have written. So by the way, we need to congratulate ourselves because we have completed all 4 steps. We are able to achieve our agenda to write my first Java program, which is an awesome thing. We are able to do all these steps step by step, and we are able to achieve our goal that we have set for today. Let me go to the console. Here you go. We are able to print my first Java program. It is so simple. It is that simple. Okay. So this is our first code that we have written in Java for today. And the steps that I have written over here, these are elaborated steps. Once you get hands-on, once you get your hands dirty by writing so many lines of code, all these steps will not be relevant for you because you don't even write all these things slowly. You'd be doing it very fast. But as a learner, you need to know about all these steps that are involved so that you can actually run your first Java program and you can actually print whatever you intend to. Okay, so the same thing I would like to repeat. For printing one more line so that we are crystal clear on whatever we try to or intend to do. Now, in the same program, so print my first Java program. I'll just say my first program. And one more thing is the same. Here, what I want to do is I learn it today. Okay, I learned it today. So I just want to print one more line. Now, till now, I'm able to print my first Java program. This is very good. My first Java program. I just want to add one more line, which is I learned it today. okay, because you are learning it today. Okay, so let me go to the Java file. Let me go to the Java file. So we have this my first program, right? My first program, right? So here, all these things, the class name, public, static, void, main, all these are common things. The only thing that need to change is this line number 5. What I will do is I will write one more statement like this. I'll just say system dot out dot println. So what I want to print, is this one. Okay, I'll just say right click, copy, and here I'm saying right click, paste. I copied it over there and I paste it over here. So how do I save? Here there is this red color, right? A red color. When there is red color, then it is an indication that you have not saved this file. So for this, what do I need to do is file, save. Yes, now there is this blue color, which means we are able to save this. We are able to save this, which means let's go to the steps once more. Let's go to the steps once more. Using Java program, I have written now what is my intention is I have to print some extra line, right? Let me go to the steps and validate. Write the Java program. Yes, I have already written the code because I just have added one more line called line number 6. My first step is over. Save the Java program. This is also over because, as I told you, there was red color previously. When I say file and then save, we are able to save it. We are done with the second step. Let's go to the third step and fourth step, right? Let's go to the third step and fourth step. Now, what I want to do is, I told you that there is this class file that gets generated because of step number 3, correct? Just for me to cross check, what I will do is, I want to delete this. I'll just say right click and then say delete. Okay. So what I did is now I don't have a .class file. But from my step number 3, I should get a new file. Let me cross check if that happens or not. I want to write everything again. I want to clear this console. CLS and enter is the command. Now, what is the command to compile the Java program? Javac class name.java. Let me copy the class name. Right click, copy. What is this? I'll just go here again. Java C class name dot Java. How did I paste this one? It is the right click. That is the shortcut. So when I say enter, a new file called .class file should get generated. Let's see. Is it there? Yes. It got created just now. 8:23. The time is 8:23. This got created just now. So, which is great. We are done with the third step also. Now let's go to the fourth step. The fourth step is very simple. I'll just say Java and then class name. Let me write this over here, Java. And then I already copied my class name, right? This is my class name. And I say enter. Now we can see this, my first Java program. And I'll say I learned it today. It is so simple. We can add any number of lines for printing on console, and then our Java program would get updated. By the way, there are various other things that got involved as part of this program. Okay, so we have something called class, we have something called public, static, void, main, system.out.println, and all these things, right? All these things that got involved. There are separate dedicated classes only for you to make understand what all these are. And this is a very important Java interview question as well. But since you students are learning it today, you are able to write your first Java program today. I want to do something like this. I want to give you a very short brief of whatever are the keywords that are involved in your first Java program. Okay, short brief. I want to say short brief. Now, there are various other there are various things that are involved as part of this program, right? As part of this program, right? So let me give you small definitions so that you can correlate. By the way, we have a dedicated class for what is a class. We have a dedicated class for how do you name your program. We have a dedicated class for you to understand what is a method, etc., etc. But here I want to write a few things. Okay, I want to write a few important points. Okay, class name should be self-descriptive. So when you say class name, when you see the class name, it should give you what you are trying to do as part of this particular class. Okay, it should at least say, okay, my first Java program is maybe he's going to print a hello world. He's going to print something else. That should be striking to the person's mind. Okay, that should be the one. This is one important point. And the other thing is, we have something called public static void main string array of args. All right. So when I say, let me give you a short description of what is public. Okay. What is public? Okay. This is something like accessible. This method is accessible to all other Java classes, including JVM. So if you do not understand what this is, that's fine, because just think that public is nothing but you are public. You are saying that, okay, I'm accessible to everyone. I'm accessible to everyone. So we have static, we have static, we have static, static, so which means when we write static, JVM can call this method without Java object. Okay, so when I say something called static without using Java object, directly we can call. So that is why we have written a keyword called static. If you do not understand this, that is also fine because we have a dedicated class. Now, just one more, I would like to say main. I'll just say this is the method from the execution begins. Okay, so main method, we have seen something called main method, right? This is something called main method. JVM or maybe the Java virtual machine will identify if there is any main method. It will check for this syntax, and if it is there, the execution would start from this method. Okay, so just one last thing. I'd like to just tell you what the string arguments. Okay, I'll just say one. What are these? If a programmer wants to send any arguments to program, we can use this. Okay. Right now in our Hello World program or in our first program, we are not sending anything to the program, to the Java program, right? That is why we do not pass anything. There is a command of how do we pass the arguments, etc., etc. But that is fine. We will learn it later. But the string array of arguments is nothing but if we as a programmer want to send something to this program, then we can use these arguments. Okay, arguments. So this is one last important key item that we used. I'll go to my sixth point. What is this? This is used to print a statement on console, or I can say command prompt. That's it. So if you see a short brief, I told you what are the various important things that are present as part of this Java program. And these are all short descriptions, by the way. I'll be dealing in depth of what these points are in the dedicated classes in our upcoming sessions of our course. So with this, let me just give me a second. With this, I think we are able to achieve whatever agenda we had for today, whatever intentions we had for today. And with this, let me hand it over to Shashi sir to maybe